We get an absolute load of questions here at AwayDays HQ, but by far and away the most common one is, Ellis, why does a man from Norwich support a team from Yorkshire and Portugal? Even when I say it out loud, it's mental, isn't it? Maybe I'm just a freak. I've decided to do a video breakdown of it so that I never have to answer this question again, so just bear with it. I'm having a lovely time of it this season, to be honest. Porto are going to win the Portuguese League, Leeds are going to win the Championship. I'm loving life. If you're watching this thinking, Ellis, you're a big old plastic, please just hear me out. Please. I'm going to spend a very brief 90 seconds on each team. I don't think it needs any more than that. It's going to be short, it's going to be snappy. Let's get into it. Marching on together. 90 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Yes, Leeds United are my team. I know my accent and my location make this sound weird, but here's why. My grandmother's side of my family were Leeds fans. My dad is a Nottingham Forest fan. One of my granddads is a Norwich fan. One of my granddads is a Liverpool fan. I always wanted to support a team that was in the family, and Leeds was my choice. Should have just took Liverpool. I mean, how much happier would my life be right now if I was just like Liverpool? So I started supporting Leeds United at the age of 6. You want to know what year that was? 2003. I started supporting Leeds United Football Club in 2003. You want to know how bad that is? You want to know what's happened since then? Pain. Pain is what's happened since then. So I've actually been a Leeds fan for now 16 years, and I'm genuinely really passionate about the club. I maybe don't share this enough on social media. There was a reason for that. We'll explain that at the end. The greatest high of my footballing life has always been Beckford's winner against Bristol Rovers to promote us back to the Championship.
For Bradley Johnson now, inside the area, Johnson hits it across. Goalkeeper there, Beckford with a chance! Leeds have scored! Leeds have turned it around!
And I don't know if I'll ever feel a high like that in football again. The only thing I think that will get close is if England win a Euros or if England win a World Cup. That is the only thing that will get close, because although I love Leeds and Porto, I would a World Cup or a Euro win would be the most important thing in football for me ever. Come on, England. Vindaloo. So the brunt of it is I'm a Leeds fan. I have been for 16 years now. I live in Norwich. I don't live in Leeds. I don't have a Yorkshire accent. I go to watch different teams around the country every week. That's probably a bit weird. We'll cover that at the end as well. But yeah, I'm a Leeds fan. Deal with it. Whack that 90 seconds back in there. Let's just go. The Porto connection started back in 2017 when I won some money and I saw there were some European games of football on that weekend and decided to go watch Porto against Sporting Lisbon. And I genuinely have never fallen in love with something quicker. The city, the fans, just everything about the culture surrounding the club is, without sounding too cringy, it's beautiful. When I go to see Porto, I see an entire city ingrained around this culture of this one being FC Porto. Everyone there is dedicated to the club and every person there was so welcoming, and to me, it genuinely feels like a family. And I know that's generic, I know that sounds common, but that's just how it feels to me. It feels like I've got a family when I go over there. Everyone is just so incredibly welcoming, the fans are incredible, the football's great, and I just love the city. It's something that I would advise anyone to experience for themselves, but honestly, whenever I sit in the Dragao, I just feel happy. It's the place I feel happiest on earth, other than Main Street. Quite like Disneyland. It's the only team I can get to a game 2 hours early and not be bothered. I just sit in my stadium and I'm just in awe of everything going on in this city, and I genuinely just love the club, and I can't be more honest than that. I can only be as honest as I can be, and my honesty is that I love FC Porto. So there we go. I love FC Porto and Leeds United equally. I love both clubs. That's just how it is. But here's a few extra points about this at the end. For those of you that follow me on Twitter, if you don't, then my Twitter's in the description, you might notice that I didn't really tweet about Leeds for a while. My tweets in regards to supporting a team were mainly focused around FC Porto, and there's some myths about this. Some people seem to think that this was due to the fact that I was trying to get famous off the back of Porto, and it was because that I'd get more interaction for tweeting about Porto and not Leeds. When in actual fact, my love for Porto has, if anything, been massively detrimental to my YouTube channel. To be completely real, the first video of mine that ever blew up was a video of a Porto game, and at that point, the only videos that I knew would do exceptionally well were the Porto videos. But in turn from that, back then I was the biggest vlogging channel, and then I alienated my English audience by doing Porto several times, but I did Porto several times because I loved FC Porto. But in doing that, I gained a Portuguese audience, then I had no interest in my English audience, and at one point my channel metric was genuinely about 46% Portuguese, and anyone that makes YouTube videos will know that is absolutely mental for a channel that's based in England. So in turn, this actually made it look like my channel was dying for a few years because it had a Portuguese audience that was then slowly dwindling with interest in anything I made that wasn't about Porto, and then I had an English audience that was like, why is he not doing English games? So it became a very massive struggle for my channel. So yeah, That's a complete myth. The reason I didn't tweet about Leeds, the reason I kind of sporadically ended up tweeting about Leeds for a while is because there is a lot of stigma on social media around being from Norwich and being a Leeds United fan, and I never really explicitly explained it enough so everyone would know why I'm a Leeds fan. And to be honest, there was this period, like during the Porto and Leeds period, where the Leeds comments would get to me, and that was because people were also angry at me for doing the Porto videos. So then I felt like I was being detrimental for myself to tweet about Leeds and like any career prospects or opportunities, because anything I was doing on YouTube, if I mentioned Leeds, it was just like plastic, fake. But now, I don't care. To be completely transparent, my opinion is this, and it's that there is no exact right way to be a football fan. I do, however, believe people that watch their team home and away week in, week out are the most committed fans and potentially feel the most for their club. I don't dispute that. Any fan that watches their team home and away every week without fail deserve credit for it. However, I'm at a point in my life right now where AwayDays genuinely is like a rolling CV for me. For future career opportunities, AwayDays is the best thing I could possibly imagine to have. And it's also this massive thing that I've grown by myself and by doing what we do. If I suddenly stop doing that and start going to Leeds or Porto every week, one, I'd be shooting down any future career opportunities for myself, and two, I'd alienate my entire audience. For the second time. There we go, guys. That's your brief history as to why I support two teams. I hope I've cleared things up. I know people will probably have some more questions. So if you do have any questions, please comment them and I'll respond to them all. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. The content is usually more interesting than this, I hope. If you have enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like. If this video does well in terms of likes and comments, I don't think it'll do well in terms of views. It's not really a topic that's one that's going to pop up loads on YouTube's algorithm or anything. But if you have enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and comment. I want to make content that the audience enjoys, because as I said before, I'm extremely conscious now of not alienating an audience, and I feel like by making 500 football shirt mystery boxes in a row, you have the potential to do that. So if you do enjoy this sit down kind of content, you want to see me talk about maybe football topics or something around the world of football, leave a like and comment what you think I should do, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.